Okay, it just took me like 5 minutes to figure out how to go live because I told people I would go live today and kind of talk about what my life has been like since this prophylactic double mastectomy. For those who don't know what prophylactic means, it means preventative. For example, when you go to the dentist for your 6-month cleaning, you're actually there for your 6-month prophylaxis treatment, which is your preventative cleaning. Had a lot of messages coming in asking lots of great questions about all the various different aspects of this, and I thought I would answer just a few of those. Hi, Krista. Don't you have a day job? I'm surprised anybody's watching this at all because I figured everybody would be working. My biggest concern after this mastectomy is how am I going to shower, because you have these drains attached to you. Let's talk about the drains. Those are kind of fun, I think. Oh, good, you are working. Well, I hope you don't get in trouble for watching this. So I have a drain on each side. I'll go ahead and lift this up a little bit. Da, 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 da. There's the drain. Looks disgusting. Feels kind of weird. They serve a very important purpose. They drain all the fluid that tries to collect in the space where the breast tissue used to be, right underneath your skin. And they want that to get out of you because it helps your skin adhere to the pec muscle underneath. It just creates faster healing, less chance for infection, all kinds of fun things. And some of you probably watched the video where I was actually draining one of the drains, which is also pretty fun if you're into this gross sort of medical stuff. However, you do not ever want these things just hanging off of your body, because then it will pull on that and that would hurt like a son of a gun. So at all times, I have these drains safety pinned to my tops. That way they're not pulling on anything, but when you shower, you don't shower in clothes. So if you're gonna do something like this, you're gonna need a lanyard. This is a lanyard. Lots of kids put their car keys on these things, but if you're gonna get your boobs lopped off and then you expect to shower afterwards, you're gonna take this lanyard and you're gonna safety pin it. You're gonna safety pin your drains to the clip on the lanyard as such. That way they're not pulling on your skin, possibly ripping them out of your body, because that's not fun. And you get to shower, which don't shower when you're home by yourself either, in case you fall. So that was my biggest concern. Let's see, what else? Things that you'll probably need in the hospital if you're gonna... Hi, Bree! If you are thinking about doing this, like I said, I did this preventatively because I had a very high personal risk of developing breast cancer in my life because my mom developed it very young. She did not have a tumor. It was found throughout both breasts on her very first mastectomy at 41 when I was just a senior in high school. I remember vividly what that was like, watching her go through all of her treatments, and how I felt like the world's worst daughter because I never wanted to be at home when that was going on because I didn't like seeing her that way. So I was doing this. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have kids, but if I do, I certainly don't want to have to put them in that position. Hi, Amanda. So now problem solved. Like, now I can just get some other kind of cancer if I want to. But in the hospital, some things that you're probably gonna need that you're not gonna realize. You're gonna need some lotion. It's dry in those places, and your skin will dry out like crazy. I recommend tons of these little hand sanitizers because they keep lots of hand sanitizer in the room, but it's way over by the door and you're not going to want to get up and walk over there to get it. And you're going to need mints or gum of some sort because, as my friend that I work with at Dental Professionals told me, general anesthesia can really dry out your mouth, and I feel like it's my job as a dental hygienist to tell you that a dry mouth is a cavity's best friend. So make sure that you pick mints and gum that have xylitol in them because they are karyostatic, which help prevent cavities. So take a toothbrush with you. Bonus points if it's electric, because you're not going to want to lift your arms up to be scrubbing around like crazy. Just let the toothbrush do the work for you. Let's see, what else? I have all kinds of things here to remind me to tell you about them. Oh, because when you're in the hospital for a few days, everybody eventually ends up feeling kind of like a dirty, gross bag of a human being. So I recommend like these little easy to use face wipes, because then at least your face skin is clean. And they did help me shower before I left the hospital, but I did not have my nifty little lanyard with me, so I had to sit on a bench and like set the drains on the bench and try to, it just was not easy or a good time either, for that matter. You're going to need things to entertain yourself in your downtime, because you will have a lot. So I have a friend who gave me a coloring book and some colored pencils, and I have markers, and some of these markers about took me out yesterday because I insisted on my person, Jason, taking me to Walmart because I was feeling great and I wanted to walk and go get new markers. And then all day yesterday, all I did was sleep, which was kind of shocking to me. I thought I was doing better than that, but whatever. So word search, Sudoku, coloring books, whatever it is that you need to keep yourself entertained while you're in there. Chapstick, because again, you're going to be dry. What else? And you know, I tried to ask my mom about all of this stuff when I was preparing for this, and she couldn't really remember a whole lot. All she said was she had to wear the bra that they gave her forever. Well, they didn't give me one because there's nothing to put in it. So, yeah. But I would still recommend tons of zip front or button front shirts. Nothing that you have to pull on over your head, because you're not going to be able to reach you're not going to be able to reach to pull over your head like I can do here right now. And that's because I took my medicine not too long ago. I recommend having a really, really good friend like my friend Megan, who will come to the hospital and scratch your back, because you're not going to be able to do that. And when you do finally get home and you don't have a friend who can just come over from work and scratch your back, handy dandy back scratcher is going to be your other best friend. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and kind of talk about, like, I have a great setup here because my person Jason thinks about everything. He's such a planner. So let's see here. Here is my table. Yes, it is super duper close to me because I need it to keep me from falling over sometimes. Here's all my coloring stuff, my word search. Everything is within arm's reach of me. Crackers for when I take any of this plethora of medications, which you have to take afterwards because otherwise it's going to hurt real bad. Lotion, my computer, my back scratcher. I go through like 6 of these jugs of water a day. TV remotes. You know, if you're gonna sleep through the day, you can at least have a show on that you're used to, so you can kind of keep track of time. My computer is there. Now let's talk about this for a second. This goofy little thing that they give you at the hospital, and you're like, what? Why do I have a weird plastic, non-ergonomically designed elephant? Well, this elephant helps you breathe. And they explained this to me at the hospital and the importance of that. It's hard to take a deep breath when you've just had the girls lopped off. The muscles are sore, so you take all these medications, relaxes your muscles, makes it so you can expand your lungs, and you need to use that to measure how much your lungs are expanding. Otherwise, it's super easy for you to get pneumonia. And you do not want pneumonia after having a double mastectomy. And if you need a cheerleader to help you remember to breathe, do your breathing exercises, I highly recommend that you record that and send it to Sarah J. She's part of the the competitive pool community. She will be your cheerleader. Whoopee cushion, because you definitely need some comic relief after some stuff like this, and I'm not going to pick this up, but this is my clipboard with the list of all my medications and the times that I'm supposed to take them. So definitely have a list of all your meds and the times that you need to take them, because you certainly do not want to accidentally double up, overdose on meds. I also recommend having somebody who can wash your hair. So I would definitely like to thank Victoria over at Sheer Magic, because she washed my hair and she braided it for me the other night. Isn't it beautiful? Otherwise, I would look like a greaseball who was living under a bridge right now. Let's see, what else can I I'll tell you some things that I was surprised by. I was very concerned. The thing, I wasn't scared of the surgery itself. I was afraid of the general anesthesia, and that's because I really love that show, Grey's Anatomy. So I would recommend not watching Grey's Anatomy if you're planning on having an upcoming surgery. And besides, it'll just give you plenty of stuff to binge watch when you're done with your surgery, because then you have to catch up on all the Grey's Anatomy. So I was really concerned about the general anesthesia, because I've never been under general anesthesia. It was the best nap of my entire life, and I was aware of everything that was going on when I woke up. So when I did wake up, I had about 3 or 4 nurses around me. One of them was putting pain meds through my IV. One of them was talking to me. I have no clue what she was saying. And the only thing I wanted was a damn popsicle. The nurses at Mercy are great, because I had 6 popsicles that day. I think I had one of them in my hand as they were wheeling me out of recovery and into the room that I was going to be staying in for the next couple of days, because that tube really makes your throat hurt. So that was kind of surprising. Another thing that surprised me, and I think this is because I had my mom to kind of tell me about her experience with this, and not everybody who goes through this still has their mom around. She kind of told me how she was feeling after her mastectomy, you know, how it affected her mentally and emotionally. And I think I was as prepared for that as I could be. But honestly, I don't feel any different. Hi, Jackie. I don't feel any different now that my breasts are gone. I actually feel better, aside from the brain fog from the meds and the pain when I forget to take the meds, because sometimes I take a nap and sleep through when I'm supposed to take them. I actually just feel a lot of relief, because I don't feel like I'm looking over my shoulder anymore. I had my very last mammogram of my entire life on December 19th, so that's very exciting. I won't have to do MRIs anymore unless they think there's a problem with the implants that I will have at some point in the future. But yeah, like, the only person you should see every 6 months health-wise is your dentist, not a breast specialist who every time you go in they find something new, or they circle another area on your chart and say, oh, we're just going to keep an eye on this. Mammograms really are not that bad for anybody who's never had them. I've, heard lots of horror stories. I've been getting them since I was 23. It's really like, oh, okay. That's what that is. They just squish your boob in there so that they can, hi Aria, get a good look at everything going on in there. But the problem with my mammograms, I've never had children, so the tissue is really dense and they could never really read them. So it was actually the MRIs where they were getting most of their information, and things were changing. And then there were biopsies, and biopsies aren't fun. They're not the worst thing in the world. They're just not fun. They're very stressful. And I'm 35 now, and doing this since I was 23, I finally just decided I'm over it. People have asked me if I'm concerned that if I do have kids, I won't be able to breastfeed. No, I'm not concerned about that at all. There's donor milk that you can get. There's people who formula feed their babies all the time. And at least this way, I'll be around if I do have kids to raise them, as opposed to getting breast cancer and potentially dying young and leaving a child behind with no mother. So I figured that this was something I was going to have to do at some point in my life, no matter what. And I figured I might as well do it while I'm healthy, as opposed to having to do it because I got a cancer diagnosis. So, chemo can stop your menstrual cycle for up to 5 years. So, say tomorrow I was handed a cancer diagnosis and had to go through chemo. Well, now I probably can't ever have any children because of the chemo and the things that it does. And I know there's all kinds of sciencey things they can do these days, but as a woman, it's really expensive to have your eggs harvested and frozen and stored until you decide you want to use them. That's easier and cheaper for men to do. But let's talk about some of the pros of no longer having the girls. Like, for one, normally this would be considered a low-cut top on me. Not anymore, because there's nothing there to see. Normally this would just be all cleavage. So, I'm fine with that. I will never again have to wear a bra. That's going to save me a ton of money. Do you guys have any idea how expensive those suckers are? You're talking like $50 to $60 a pop at Victoria's Secret, and that's if you wear a normal size. If you're specialty size, like my mother was before her surgery, and like I was before my surgery, you're looking at $70, $80, and they're not even cute. They're just not. They're just, nope. So goodbye to that. They've come a long way in the mastectomy process, so my scars are only like 4 inches long. I'm not going to show those to you guys because there's a lot of creepers on the internet. If you guys really want to see that kind of thing, you can just Google. But, I'm really, really, really hoping that I get my drains out tomorrow. And I'm going to try to get a video of that for all of you weirdos like me who love to watch medical stuff. Megan and all my nurse friends, I'm referring to you in particular. Amber's probably going to love it too. Jason will hate it. So, if anybody ever has any questions about this, I'm an open book. Like, I don't have anything to hide. I kept this very, very quiet for a long time before the actual date of the surgery because I did not want a lot of people's opinions flying at me about why I shouldn't do this. This is something that I've put a lot of thought into. It's been on my mind for, can't raise my arm that high, for a number of years, actually. Hi, Bobby. So I just kept it pretty quiet. But I want all my tigers to know I'm totally fine. I don't have a cancer diagnosis. And this is just to help ensure that I'm not going to hopefully ever have a cancer diagnosis. And I'd like to give a shout out to Expol Australia for sharing my original post about having this done as a preventative measure and to remind everybody to go feel their boobs because you should all be doing that anyway. Not that that's going to guarantee that you find cancer if you have it, because if you read that post, you also read that my mother did not have a lump, and it was just a great stroke of luck that she went in for her mammogram when they did, and they found it when they did. Let's see, what else can I tell you guys? I'm not supposed to lift anything heavier than a jug of milk, so I can't pick up my fat ass cat. That makes me very sad. Ow, laughing hurts, hiccups are the worst, and coughing sucks right now. But it happens, so you just kind of deal with it. And if Jason ever makes me laugh really hard, I get mad at him and tell him to stop it, and he just continues, but whatever. I advise having, my aftercare plan for this surgery was awful, and I had to have my therapist tell me how awful it was before I was finally like, okay, maybe I'll see if somebody can take care of me. So I'm staying with Jason for the next 2 weeks minimum, because I cannot drive at all while I have these drains in, and even after the drains are out, I cannot drive when I'm on any of these medications. So I have this glorious setup on the couch. Here's where my pillows are. I have one of these cool City Yuppie pillows. That's my firm pillow. This is my City Yuppie pillow, with like the arms. Can you guys? So yeah, I prop myself up right here, and I shove a pillow under my knees, and I pull a blanket up to my chest, and Jason still has to come help me sit up in the morning. And that's because if I lay flat, I'll never get back up. And I can't lay in the bed with Jason, because if he were to roll over and accidentally pull on one of these drains, he would feel like the worst person in the world, and I would probably think he was the worst person in the world, because I'm sure that would not feel good. But yeah, so until further notice, I sleep on the couch. I have the TV to entertain me in the middle of the night when I can't sleep, and I have a lot of good friends who came to see me in the hospital. My bosses sent flowers that are gorgeous. They're not on my handy table of awesome things to have within arm's reach, because my cat eats flowers. Sorry, I have hiccups. So that's where I'm at right now. Hopefully I'll be able to post a video tomorrow. The drain's coming out, and hopefully before too long I'll be back at the gym voice coaching a stretch class. It'll be a while before I am back teaching pole or doing any pole, but I still expect my students to send me progress videos, because I want to see how well you guys are doing. And let's see, anybody who's watching right now have any questions? Because now's a great time for you to ask. And Sam is here to keep me company as well. Sam, yeah, she doesn't care about anything. Stay strong. Well, you know, I'm trying. I thought that for sure my abs would get even stronger after this, Bobby, because I use my abs a lot to like pull myself up, but it sounds weird. They're also kind of attached to my chest muscles, so if I use them too much, it pulls on the chest muscles, and that's no good. Oh, interesting fact, I can feel the spacers. I can feel the edges of these spacers, and it feels like a little piece of cord under here. For the or the expanders, for anybody who doesn't understand what the expanders are, imagine a really thick rubber water balloon. It's what it is. I have water balloons in my chest right now, and over the course of the next several months I will go in weekly. They will inject a little bit of saline solution into them to expand the pec muscle, because they had to go under the muscle for this, so that they can eventually take them out and put an implant in their place. That surgery will be an outpatient surgery. Recovery time will be much faster. So I'm looking forward to that day, but this is going to be a long process. So I won't be doing any competitions pole-wise in 2017, but I will still be at the competitions, you know, cheering everybody on, because that's one of my favorite things to do anyway, and judging and stage momming and just kind of helping out where I can. So I'm just on a little break for a while. But yeah, if this is something anybody's considering doing, I recommend it. Just get that load off your chest. Oh my God. I did not mean for that to be a joke, but go ahead and get that load off your chest. That is funny. All right. Well, I'm going to relax here for a while, and feel free to keep the questions coming, and I'll see a lot of you hopefully really soon. Bye, guys.